Okay, here's what I use when I make a lace closure unit. I have the mannequin stand. I have 3 bundles of 18-inch body wave. I also have a 16-inch lace closure. I have the mannequin head, and I'm using nylon thread and a hook or curved needle. You don't have to use nylon thread or hook or curved needle. You can use cotton thread or you can use a straight needle. It's just what I prefer to use. I have a spandex dome cap that I picked up at a local beauty supply store. It doesn't matter which brand that you use. Any spandex dome cap will work with this unit. And if you want more security for your unit, purchase an elastic band, and then I'll show you later on in the tutorial how to install the elastic band for more security. And here's the scissors. Let's get started. Okay, I place a spandex dome cap into the mannequin's head, and then I also secure it by putting the lace closure in the center of the mannequin's head. I also pin it down so that it doesn't move as I'm trying to sew. So please excuse my yellow thumbtacks because I couldn't find the rest of my wig pins when it was time for me to make this unit. So as I'm sewing, especially on the end of the dome cap, you want to make sure that you do not sew through the elastic band of the dome cap. If you sew through the elastic band, it will cause the unit not to stretch. Again, please do not sew through the elastic band part of the dome cap because your unit will not stretch. And that's the point of the spandex dome cap, so that it does stretch and fit your head with no problems. So I'm just sewing it around, making sure that I sew it very nice, neat, and very close together so that it doesn't be any lumps or bumps. This way it'll lay flat on your head when it's time to put the unit on. Okay, and remember, do not sew through the elastic band on this part, okay? Do not sew through the elastic band throughout the entirety of this unit. Do not sew through the elastic band. As you can see, I just turned the dome cap inside out, and what I'm about to do is sew one track above the elastic band. And what this does, it allows you to pull up your unit if you want to put it in a ponytail, and then it also helps when the wind blows on the side where your edges are, you will not even know that you're wearing a unit. Make sure you do not sew through the elastic band because you will hate that you took your time made this unit and then it doesn't stretch on your head. So I cannot exaggerate that enough. Please do not sew through the elastic band. And you want to make sure that you have that bottom track as close to the bottom as possible because that helps with the fullness when it's time to pull your hair up or when the wind blows for the side. I did cut the weft, but I will be starting the flip and fold method. And remember, that's still part of the elastic band on the bottom. Do not sew it. Y'all can get tired of me saying that, but I just want to make sure that your unit comes out perfect. And here's a reason why I like using the nylon thread versus the cotton thread, because as you can see, or maybe you missed it, the thread got tangled. But it's easy to detangle the nylon thread versus the cotton thread. If I was using the cotton thread, I would have already cut it and started all over again, and I cannot stand that. So that's why I prefer to use the nylon thread. Remember, you're still not sewing through the elastic band. And there's no right or wrong way to sew. You sew how you choose to sew. I use the lock and stitch method so that it's very secure when you're sewing, and it's very helpful in the units because it makes sure that it lasts a long time. Now that I'm at the top of the unit, I am going to cut the bundle because I am not a pro when it comes to this flip and fold method, and I don't want any bumps or lumps into this unit, so I did cut the bundle. And for this last track, I sew it as close and on top of the closure as possible, so where you can't really see the gap in between the track and the closure. Please be very careful when you're cutting this. You want to make sure that you cut as close to the thread without cutting any of the thread. And this is how you sew on the elastic band for extra security for your unit. And you want to make sure that you're still not sewing through the elastic band on that dome cap. Make sure that you are sewing through the fabric. Unit is complete, and this is what she looked like. This is a picture of me wearing the unit. I'm wearing the unit in the middle, and here's another picture of me wearing it to the side. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and comment.